What is your mission? What are you here for? What if your mission was to challenge a system of corruption? What if your mission was to face demons? And how do you find out your mission? What do you got to tap into? I always say it's a monster that's hidden inside of each and every person. It's a monster that's been created, not by just generation, but your parents' generation, your grandparents' generation, your great-great-parents' generation, and generation to generation, to keep humanity a slave, to keep trauma built up. So at the design of the system that is completely built on traumatizing society, instead of enhancing society's skill, talents that each individual has. And the prize that's within inside each and every person has been guarded by this monster. A monster that's been built from these traumatic experiences from generation to generation. And behind that monster is the prize. They're the gatekeepers. They've been purposely built. And what are you going to do to tap into this monster? You have the courage to face this monster. Because it's not just this lifetime of monsters that you're dealing with within you. There's multiple lifetimes of monsters that have been built up purposely. So this has been a long battle of thousands of years, maybe millions of years, on this planet, as a prison planet, that the system is designed to keep traumatizing you and keep building up monsters. In order to tap into this monster, you got to go within. You got to face everything that's within you that's causing you not to perform as you've been genetically designed to perform. We don't have no idea the capabilities of human beings because we've been limitized by fascist society that keeps you at a certain level and makes you believe that you can't tap into powers greater than what you've been taught and trained your entire life. Facing this monster is dealing with a healing process that unlock these abilities that you have within you. And who knows, each and every person has a genetically encoded ability that will help nature, that will advance society. Even ancient Egypt, underneath the pyramids. When you think the pyramid itself, from top to bottom, or what we see, but we don't see underneath of the ground, pyramids can go down for miles. Ancient information, ancient knowledge that's been guarded, specifically from you and I, to tap into these genetic abilities that we have. They want you to keep believing in forces outside of yourself. They want you not to believe in yourself. They want to keep you on your knees, begging, worshiping, and praising deities outside of yourself. When the same deity that's outside of yourself is the same deity that's inside of yourself. What a great way to trick and rule over a society. Is by telling them that they don't have no power, that you're limited, that the power that you're seeking is outside of yourself. And to gain this power, you got to praise and worship, which keeps you powerless. Oh, there he go, talking about religion. How dare him talk about praising and worshiping, and you can't praise and worship. No. I'm saying that you praising and worshiping needs to be in the wrong direction. You're looking outside. I said, look inside. Inside is the key. You are this force. This force lurks within each and every human being. It's called pure consciousness, with information of the entire existence that's inside of your soul, which you purposely put on pause that come into this physical experience so that that consciousness can gather information based off you not knowing who you really are and how you're going to go about your day-to-day and the choices that you're going to make off your free will. It's gathering all the information. So how powerful is a being that goes all the way away from Source God? And then the power of this being off of many lifetimes be able to come back to this God, this pure consciousness. Based off dealing with this traumatized. So I say, what are you going to do? Are we going to keep living a life based off a conscious level that we think is the right conscious level? And we know good and well that we have been fooled and that we have been poisoned on a daily basis. That's what it's all designed for, to keep you from tapping into that pure conscious of your true perspective. Knowing that you and God are one and the same. Knowing that you get to the level where you're performing God-like levels while you're in the physical body. You allow the physical body to tap into its genetic creative abilities, and you be able to do things with your physical body that you didn't even think was possible, what they call magic, and that we call advanced civilizations that come to this location and prove to you that this human genetic makeup body with a conscious inside that can perform at levels that go beyond the sky. God-like levels. So much so that we begin the process of worshiping and praising these individuals. Knowing that you have that same genetic makeup within inside you to perform the same levels and do exactly what they do. This is what the formation of society, when they started to develop, jumpstart humanity. The first generation beginning to find out who they was. Beginning to tap into that genetic makeup power. Beginning to believe that they couldn't be controlled. And then they begin to stand up against the ones that was controlling them and ruling them. So what did that have to do? These same individuals had to go back to the drawing board. They had to go inside the physical body. They had to find out ways to cut off the human body and consciousness so that the human being don't tap into this jewel of their creative makeup that was designed by Source God himself. And this is how they begin to start off the next generation, the next generation. I think it's about the third generation where they were able to last as a slave race to do what it is that they wanted them to do, and had this race completely worshiping them on a daily process. All the way up until this point in time. You say you can't stop nature, and nature is going to find a way to evolve. Humanity itself now is beginning to wake up. The genetic makeup that was cut loose is beginning to take on a whole nother formation. Oh, nature will find its way to evolve. One way or another, you're going to tap into that God consciousness and perform the abilities of that God consciousness. Straight creating. That's all I want to share for today. Enjoy the rest of your day.